Have you ever spent 45 minutes with a client on a sales call or longer and gotten to the end and they tell you they just are not terribly motivated at this point in time to move forward with your offer? You've got to be kidding me. I had just spent all this time talking to someone who isn't that invested. Maybe they just wanted free advice. Maybe they were lonely and wanted someone to talk to. This is so frustrating. Why are they wasting my time? Why did you let them waste your time? Ooh, that one stings a bit, right? But it's true. You let them waste your time and you wasted their time too, quite honestly. And it's completely in your control to change this situation and qualify your potential clients early on in the call or even before the call so that everyone is making the best use of their energy and their time during the day. That's the topic of this conversation right now. My name is Jessie and I help online coaches, consultants, and small business owners convert more new clients through having very effective sales conversations. If you're looking to grow your business in an authentic and heartfelt way, this is the place for you. I'm all about non-pushy sales methods that can help you really enjoy the sales process in a way that's in alignment with you and your business values, yet is wildly effective in signing up new clients. Imagine doubling or tripling your sales conversions, and what would that mean to you? These proven methods have been used over thousands of sales conversations and have changed people's businesses and lives. So we're glad to have you join us. If you're new to the channel, I want to invite you to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload new videos. And if you're a returning visitor, then thanks for joining me. I trust that this video will give you a fresh perspective that you can immediately apply to your business. Now, I remember early on in my first month of sales, I was working with some new clients. We built a great connection. I knew exactly what they were looking for. They were so excited and had been thinking about this purchase for some time. We spent a couple of hours together and it looked great. But it was at that point that I understood the details of their financial situation and it would not enable them to purchase now. And it was likely not for several years that they could purchase. What a blow. Like for them, for me, I ended up being the bearer of bad news for them, much less not getting the sale. Now they were grateful to understand their financial situation better with my explanation of the deeper issues, and they created a new plan for down the road. But as for me, I needed a new plan right away. I didn't want to get stuck letting someone down like that after getting them all excited about something they couldn't buy. That's called learning through mistakes. We've all been there. But what I realized is that for my sake and for my clients, I needed to ask more qualifying questions up front in the conversation. Qualifying questions like, are they ready, willing, and able to buy right now? What exactly does this mean and how do you implement it into your business? Let's jump in. The key questions around qualifying generally have to do if your potential clients are ready, willing, and able to buy from you. This has to do with their mindset, the situation in their life at that moment, and their financial ability at the most basic levels. Now, legally, it has more specific contractual definitions, but this is how I always applied it to qualifying a potential customer with my business. So ready, this means that the circumstances in their life make them able to buy. So for example, a person who wants to buy a fitness program that would extend for 6 weeks and involves participation 5 days a week would not be ready if they are about to go on a 3-week extended holiday. It's good to know this sort of information if you're trying to fill enrollment for your upcoming 6-week session, right? Willing is more of a mindset thing. Yes, often people are struggling with something or want to make a change, but the fear of that change, the desire to commit to the work that's needed is not strong enough yet for them to take that step. Or you could say that the pain of their current situation isn't strong enough yet either, that they're not ready to buy now. Now this one's a tricky one because people will present with the struggle, but it's only through active questioning that you can really understand the intensity of the willingness to make the change. As an example, I had a coaching call where the typical customer of my client suffered so much with long-term symptoms that those symptoms had become normal to them. So normal that they didn't even really know what life would look like or feel like without that pain. Maybe that pain had become part of their identity. So yes, while they wanted to change, mentally they knew they needed to change to live a more fulfilling and happier life, but they were just so lost. So it becomes important to understand your potential client's willingness now, today, not push it off again, to actually make this change. Is this making sense? The last one is someone's ability. For me, that's always been a financial thing. Can they buy? Are there financial resources to actually buy your offer? Now, this isn't a question of if they're willing to choose to spend the money on your offer, but are there resources somehow, some way? Should this be important to them to make that happen financially? Can they sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace? Do they have a special reserve bank account? Can they borrow the money? Do they have a credit card? I'm not advocating reckless spending here, but just is there a way to pay for your offer one way or the other? If they found their dream solution, would they be able to move forward with a purchase? A good friend of mine used to ask a brilliant and simple question. When you find your ideal solution, is there anything standing in your way from moving forward with that purchase? She didn't tie it to her offer. She kept the question generic so it was less threatening in that moment. But it uncovered any issue that was on the customer's mind. So she asked the question and then she was just quiet to give them space to answer her. Now you can implement this a couple of ways into your business. Both serve different purposes and fit into your business at different stages of your growth. The first is to just incorporate these questions early on in your sales conversation. You could tuck that question I just shared that my friend used right after you do your meet and greet. You could say something like, "It's so great to meet you and I appreciate your time today. I have a quick question for you before we really dig into things. When you find your ideal solution, whatever that means for you, are you ready to move forward and commit to that solution right away?" If that's too direct, you could ask, "So, if you find your ideal solution, whatever that means to you, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 on your readiness to commit to that solution right away? 10 being really ready to commit to the change, 1 being low on your urgency." See, both of these will allow you to understand early on where the customer's mind is at their desire and urgency to move forward and resolve whatever they're looking to change. And if they ask a question about pricing at this point, you want to come back to them with a question along the lines of, "Are you willing to invest financially if a solution really resonates with you and looks like it will get you to the end goal you're looking for?" You want to avoid talking about the price of your offer at this point because you don't know if your offer is even a good match for them. And this does not give you the opportunity to explain the overall value that you provide to your clients. So you just want to know if they plan to invest financially when they find the right solution. Your other choice is to add an application questionnaire to your call booking so that you can screen the customer before you even talk to them. If you have a higher number of sales calls that you deal with, and maybe even specific criteria that your clients need to have to work with you, this may be a route for you. But I prefer to have the conversation in person. It's my opinion that you really want to understand what's going on in the person's life and not make any assumptions mistakenly through an application questionnaire. I think you'll end up enrolling more new clients having this conversation in person, where you could potentially alienate someone if you choose to not have a call with them because of how they answered something on a call application. If you're so busy with sales calls, maybe it's even time to think about bringing on a part-time sales assistant to allow you to manage this process more easily. So think about your sales calls. Are you doing a good job of finding out if someone is ready, willing, and able to buy, whether it's from you or not? Or are you waiting to get to the end of the sales conversation for these clues to fit together? It's your choice, but you can save yourself and your clients a lot of time and potential disappointment by adding this qualifying step into your conversations. And wouldn't it be nice to shift things slightly so that you gift yourself more time and energy during your week? If you like what you're hearing, I've dropped some more free resources into the links below, like notifications of our next free live training workshops, a free sales objection handling checklist, and a link to book a growth strategy session with me if you're looking for more immediate feedback on your business. My goal is to help more small business owners reach all new levels of success by simply helping them convert more new clients on the sales calls you're currently having. Simple as easy as that. And I thank you for watching, subscribing to this channel, and hitting the bell notification and giving us some love with a like and sharing this content with friends. From here, I look forward to seeing you next week with more sales tips to keep you out of that pushy and pressure-filled sales zone, yet still signing up more and more new clients each and every day. Have a great week, my friends.